Hey guys, this is Juan and I'm just making a quick video for National Coming Out Day, which is October 11th. And this is just something that I feel I needed to do just to let people know about my experience about coming out. I came out to my family 2 years ago on Christmas Day. That was basically the present for myself and also for my family to let them know that I was coming out. But of course we have to go way back. Also see the video if you wanted to here. I'll put a link or description below so that and yeah, but a lot of people was like, so how do you know that you were gay during that time or whatever? And again, you always know. It's something that comes across you that you know you're not different, but you have attractions to somebody that at that time when you get these feelings when you're young, you're like, is it wrong? Is it right? And you don't play that. So I think, knowing yourself that way would work. But I think I knew roughly around 14, 15 that I like boys, especially during that time when hormones start building and you start getting, the whole sexual attraction towards people. I really didn't like girls in that way. I mean, of course, people will tell you, oh, is that person good or is that bad? But ultimately I was like, no, not me. And it was not until 16 when I realized that I fully like boys, but I completely disregarded because I had to focus on school. I had to do other stuff. That wasn't my main issue. I just feel like my early years are not really good to explain anything because I wasn't into the whole gay thing. For me, it was just focusing on school and getting over school and stuff. But I guess once you do that and you go to college, that's when I lost my virginity. I slept with another guy and you discover yourself of who you are. And then during my 20s, at that point, I didn't want to be in a relationship or anything. I just wanted to play the field, focus on other things. Again, dismissing the issue that I had. I just didn't really want to deal with it. And that's basically what happened through my 20s. I just ended up working. And then it was in 2012 when everything sort of changed. Well, let's backtrack because it was actually in 2011 really when I fully kind of accepted myself. Around November I got really depressed about it, and then December I've said, you know what, if I'm gonna make things happen and things need to change, and they did. And I ended up asking a guy on a date, so that's when I went on my first date around the end of December. And then 2012, the whole dating scene kind of started for me. It's still me being in the closet. It was just me just really wanting to find out the whole, dating thing, because I've never had done it. I've never been with anybody that way, So everything was fine. I ended up meeting this nice guy around January, December time period. That didn't work out. Like March, May-ish area, I met another guy through a friend of mine who's also gay, and he had a relationship at the time, and he set me up with his friend, and we went on a couple of dates. We never fully committed to a relationship, and then I just focused back on work. And then we were told at my job that we were being laid off. And that is when everything sort of was bad but changed for the good, because at that point I was thinking about, coming out already to my family. Had thought about doing it a couple months back, probably for my birthday, but it never, I got too scared. I couldn't do it. So during that time period, my whole, what am I going to do next? Am I going to get another job? What do I do during that time period? My coworkers kind of led me to go to culinary school, and I did. And now that we're in October and National Coming Out Day is in October, I feel that this is like the perfect time, because October of 2012 is when everything changed. I went to culinary school. I had fully accepted myself as being gay, had told people in my class that I was gay, everything was fine. And then November kind of hit, and I ended up getting bombarded with feelings for somebody that at point I thought was a friend, and it went to the next level, and we were hooking up and doing stuff, and I could see myself being in a relationship with this guy, and I was like, I need to tell my parents, I need to come out. And we had discussed, me and the guy discussed of being together in a couple, but we kind of hold it off until after Christmas, because we had things going on. So I came out Christmas Day, and it was so wonderful, best response ever, as you can see on the video once you see that very response video. And the guy that I was dating was a big influence in that. Not saying that you should do that, it's kind of also bad to come out for somebody, but at this point we both were in the closet, so one stepping out, I think, was, for me, it was the right thing to do, first of all, because I really wanted to do it. Second of all, I think that I didn't want to be sort of like a hypocrite of me being with a guy. But even though it took after, I think, 6 months after, before my parents realized that I was in a relationship, and I met the guy, and everything was fine, and Dory, we spent all of 2013 together. We did spend 4 months apart. After I had the culinary school, I had to go work hours to get my certificate, and I ended up going to Walt Disney World to work with that, and he stayed in Texas, and he waited for me, and that was really wonderful. But so I ended up going to Florida, and he stayed and waited for me until I came back in November. I left in August, came back in November. It was kind of 4 months-ish that I was gone, and everything was fine. New Year hit. We celebrated our 1-year anniversary during that time period. And of course, I think at that point we kind of separated a little bit, just because issues that he had, I guess, the whole, again, coming out thing, being scared, not being able to be your true self with your family. I think that's one of those things that kind of can dampen a relationship, and if you let that get to you, it can cause issues. And I feel that that was one of the things that helped cause us to break up a little bit. I'm not exactly sure, but anyway, at the end of the day, you have to do what is best for you. And I am here now in 2014, just trying to move on and looking what is next in my chapter. And I hope that if you are out there and you're thinking about coming out, or if you are still in the closet, make sure that it's the right time for you. I mean, nobody else can tell you when or how you should come out. It needs to come out of your own timetable. And I think that's, again, one of the reasons with my ex that he wasn't ready to come out, which in my case I was fine with it. I was willing to deal with it until he was ready. I'm guessing for him it wasn't ideal situation. I'm not exactly sure. That's the way that I perceive it, that he just wasn't ready to be in sort of this type of relationship, and not having him kind of lying to his family about it too. So that I think that kind of took a toll with him. So if you feel that could be, it's better to break it off and make sure that you do you, that you are happy with yourself, that you make sure that you take the space that you need, the time that you need to evaluate who you are as a person, and making sure that you are the one that controls your destiny, and making sure that you are happy, and making sure that you take that change. So that's basically my coming of age. It's not really kind of great or anything, but I hope that if you're out there, it can help you. And remember, if it'll be scary, it's gonna be scary, but once you say those words, I am gay, everything just lifts up, and you'll be so much better for it. So I hope that was helpful for you. I hope you enjoyed hearing this story. If you like it, click the like and subscribe button, because there will be more videos coming your way, hopefully, and we shall see you next time. Bye.